Okay, welcome to my channel Maths with Mahanti sir. Children, today let us start a new chapter, that is probabilities. Children, you have already read about probability in class 8 and 9. Okay, and you know what is probability. The literary meaning of probability is what? Likely to occur or may occur, chance, etc. When we say it may rain tomorrow, it may rain tomorrow. See, when we say it may rain tomorrow, there is chance. It may rain, it may not rain. There is probability. Okay. This is what probability means. Okay. Gita may come first in the class. When we say Gita may come first in the class, she may come or she may not come. Okay. So, before we go to the depth of probability, first let us discuss what are the terms connected with probability. Children, you know what are the terms. One is trial or random experiment. What is trial or random experiment? Any experiment that we carry out generally in the maths lab, in the science lab, is called a what? Trial or random experiment. For example, tossing a coin. Yes, tossing a coin can be a trial or random experiment. Why? Because in this trial or experiment, we are not sure of what will be the result. I mean whether head will come or tail will come. You know, when a coin is tossed, the two results are either head or tail. But we are not sure whether head will be obtained or tail will be obtained. So it can be a random experiment or trial. Similarly, rolling a die. On rolling a die, cubical Ludo die, the different results are either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. And one is not sure whether one will turn up or come on one of the faces of the cubical die, or 2 will come or 3 will come. Hence, rolling a Ludo die is also an example of random experiment. Similarly, if you draw a card from a pack of 52 cards, you know, playing cards. From a pack of 52 playing cards, if you draw a card, nobody knows what number the card will bear. Nobody can say. Okay. So, these are all. Drawing a card from a well-shuffled pack of 52 cards, rolling a cubical die, tossing a coin. These are all random experiments or trial. Okay, children. Now, every random experiment or trial will give some result. What is the next term we are going to discuss? What is the next term before we go to the depth of probability? The first term I discussed is trial or random experiment. Second is your outcome. What is an outcome? You see, every random experiment or trial gives some result. Okay? Like in tossing a coin, the results are either head or tail. So, here head and tail are the outcomes. You know all these things. Similarly, in throwing a die, Ludo die, the outcomes are what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay. That is what known as your outcome. Then event. What is event? Event is your getting each outcome of the what? Trial or random experiment. You see. For example, in tossing a coin, you see, in tossing a coin, we will get either head or tail as the outcome. So, head and tail are the outcomes. But getting a head and getting a tail, they are not outcomes. They are events. Okay. Getting each outcome of the random experiment or trial is known as your event. Again, event is of two types. You know, it was there in class 9. One is elementary event. The other is compound event. Yes. So, what is an elementary event? You see. The example of a random experiment which I just gave you now, consider the same case, tossing a coin. In tossing a coin, head and tail are the outcomes. Getting head and getting tail are what? Events. So here getting head and getting tail, both are elementary events. Why? Because it is a single outcome. It is a single outcome of the random experiment. So any single outcome of the random experiment can be called a what? Or is called an elementary event. Then what is a compound event? Yes. Now, consider the case of, before I give the definition of compound event, let me tell you, let us take one example. Consider the random experiment or trial throwing a die. See, on throwing a die, suppose you are asked to find getting an even number. Let us consider. Getting an even number, yes, it is an event. Now the point is whether it is elementary or compound. Whether getting a number 8 or getting 8 on throwing a Ludo die is an elementary event or a compound event. How to know? You see, when we talk about getting a number 8, you see, this getting a number 8, it can be obtained by combining two or more elementary events of the same trial or random experiment. That means, you see, the elementary events are what? Your 2, 4 and 6, you see, on throwing a die, what are the even numbers? 2, 4 and 6, you see. So, getting a number, you see, getting 8, probability of getting 8, you see. When we say getting 8 as an event, this event is obtained by combining 2 or more elementary events of the random experiment. So when 2 or more elementary events of the random experiment are combined, it is called a what? When 2 or more elementary events of the random experiment or trial are combined, it is called a compound event. So children, I hope you understood what is the meaning of compound event. That means compound event is an event which is obtained by combining 2 or more elementary events of the trial or random experiment. We can give other example. Getting an odd number, you see, on throwing that trial. In that trial, throwing a Ludo die, if I ask you getting an odd number, it will be an elementary event or a compound event. No doubt it will be a compound event. Okay, because it is obtained. Getting an odd number can be obtained by combining 3 elementary events, namely what? 1, 3 and 5. Okay, when we combine 3 elementary events, namely 1, 3 and 5, we will get what number? An odd number. So getting an odd number or throwing a die is a compound event. Okay, so this is the example of compound event. Okay, so these are the things which we have already read. Now we also know, you see, what is probability. Now let us come, after understanding these 3 basic terms, namely trial or random experiment, then your event, then elementary event, compound event, then outcome I discussed, then what is probability? What we had read in class 8 and 9. See, in order to understand probability, once again, even though you know, let me discuss what is probability in detail. See, suppose E, we never find the probability of an outcome. We always find the probability of an event. Okay, suppose E is an event. Let us denote an event by the symbol E. Now, if E is an event, yes, then probability of E, you see, P of E. P of E means probability of E. So how to define probability of E? What we had read in junior classes. Probability of E is defined as, it is the ratio of what? It is the ratio of number of favorable outcomes divided by, it is the ratio of number of favorable outcomes by total number of outcomes. Okay, total number of outcomes, yes. Now, instead of writing the word outcomes, instead of writing the word outcome in the definition of probability of E, where E is an event or elementary event, you see, instead of writing outcome, we can write elementary event. Number of favorable elementary event divided by total number of elementary events. Okay, total number of elementary events means it is the total number of outcomes. Okay, so this is the definition. Probability of an event E is defined as the ratio of number of favorable outcomes to the total number of outcomes. Now, the point is, what is meant by favorable outcomes? Yes, which outcomes are favorable? See, what does favorable outcome mean? Favorable outcomes mean, you see, it is the number, I mean, whose probability you want to find. Whose probability you want to find. I am giving one example. Suppose in a single toss of a coin, you see, in a single toss, let us consider, in order to understand what are favorable outcomes. Single toss of a coin, you see, of a coin. In a single toss of a coin, the 2 outcomes are head and tail. Now, if you are asked to find the probability of head, what is the probability that it will be a head on a single toss of a coin? If you are asked, then what will be the number of favorable outcome? It will be 1. Number of favorable, total outcome will be 2, but number of favorable outcome will be 1. Why? Because head will occur only once. In a single toss of a coin, head will come once only. So number of favorable outcome is 1. So by number of favorable outcome we mean how many outcomes make that particular event. Okay? Whose probability, the event whose probability you want to find, how many outcomes are favorable means how many outcomes make that particular event whose probability you want to find. That is favorable outcome. So in this case, probability of head will be number of favorable outcome 1, total number of outcome 2. So it is 1 by 2. Okay. Similarly, if I ask you what is the probability of getting a tail, or what is the probability that it will be a tail in tossing a coin, single coin, then it will be again 1 by 2. See, because tail will occur only once, so number of favorable outcome will also be 1. Okay. So this is what we had read in class 8 and 9. Probability of an event E, if E is an event, it is defined by this relation. Now, if we make it mathematical, see, if number of favorable outcome, you see, if number of favorable outcome is denoted by the symbol N and the total number of outcome is denoted by the symbol N, then P of B will be equal to N by N. Okay. P of B will be equal to M by N, where N is the number of favorable outcomes and N is the total number of outcomes. Okay. Now see children, this number of favorable outcome N, it is always either less than or equal to N. That means you see, N, the value of N is always, you see, the value of N is either less than or equal to N and it is always greater than or equal to 0. See, M means it is the number of favorable outcomes. In any random experiment or trial, number of favorable outcomes is always either less than or equal to your what? The total number of outcomes. And it is always greater than or equal to 0. See, so if M is less than equal to N and greater than equal to 0, then what will happen? M by N. What will happen to the ratio of M by N? So M by N will be definitely less than equal to 1 and greater than equal to 0. When N will come to this side, here it will be 1. So M by N, the ratio M by N will be either less than equal to 1. It is less than equal to 1 and always greater than equal to 0. So that means probability of an event. Now in place of M by N, what we will write? P of E. So P of E is always less than equal to 1 and greater than equal to 0. See, this is what the concept we had read in class 9. Okay, probability of any event E is always less than or equal to 1 and greater than or equal to 0. But in class 9 it was there, I have remembered, it was there that probability of an event is always less than 1 and greater than 0. Less than 1 and greater than 0. You see, the concept of equality, probability of an event equal to 1 and equal to 0, it was not there in class 9. But here we came to know another new thing, that the probability of an event is not only, that means you see, probability of an event, what we have read in class 9, it is less than 1 and greater than 0 always. This is called the range of probability. Range of probability. This is the range of probability. Probability of an event is always less than 1 and greater than 0. You see, it is proved here. What is the probability of head? It is 1 by 2. That is 0.5, which is less than 1. See, probability of head is, probability of getting head is 1 by 2, which is less than 1 and greater. 1 by 2 is less than 1 and greater than 0. Similarly, probability of getting tail, it is also 1 by 2 and again it is less than 1 and greater than 0. Thus we can say that probability of any elementary event is always less than 1 and greater than 0. That is known as the range of probability. But here what we came to know, another new thing, we came to know that the probability of an event is not only always less than 1 and greater than 0, but also it can be equal to 1 and equal to 0. Then how it is? How the probability of an event will be equal to 1 and equal to 0, and that means what will happen? What will happen to the event if its probability is equal to 1 or equal to 0? If the probability of an event is 1 and if the probability of an event is 0, what events are they? What those events are called? These are new things which we will read in this class. Okay. So children, this is your range of probability. This thing was there in class what? 8 and 9. Okay. So in this class we came to know, we will discuss more about probability in the next class. See, in this class we came to know the different terms connected with probability, namely trial or random experiment. Okay. Then I discussed what is outcome. Then I discussed event, and I classified the events into two types. One is your elementary event, then another is your compound event. Elementary event, what I said any single outcome, head, tail, etc. 1, 2 getting 1, getting 2, getting 3, getting head, getting tail. These are all elementary events because they are single outcome. They are single outcome of the same trial or random experiment. Then what is compound event? I said compound event means when two or more than two elementary events are combined. When we combine two or more than two elementary events of a random experiment, whatever event is obtained, that is known as your what? Compound event. Example I gave you, getting a number, what? Getting an even number, getting an odd number on throwing a die. These are all examples of compound events, because those events, getting an even number or getting an odd number on throwing a Ludo die, those events will be obtained only by combining elementary events. Without combining elementary events, you cannot find the event getting what? Getting an even number or getting an odd number. Again, another thing we can discuss in compound interest. Suppose you take two coins. If you toss two coins simultaneously, children, you know, when two coins are tossed simultaneously or at a time, we get four outcomes. So what are the four outcomes? The four outcomes are your head, you see, head, tail, head, and your tail. See. Now, these are the four outcomes, you see, tossing two coins. When we toss two coins simultaneously, you see. When we toss two coins, let us see what is the compound event in this particular example. See, suppose tossing coin. When we toss two coins simultaneously or at a time, we get these outcomes. Head, tail, head and tail. These are the four, total number of outcomes on tossing two coins simultaneously is 4. Okay. And this is a sample space, S. So what is sample space? Sample space is nothing but the collection of all the outcomes of a random experiment or trial. That means in a random experiment or trial, how many outcomes are there? If you collect those outcomes, it becomes the sample space. You see, this is the sample space. This is the S. It is denoted by the symbol S. Sample space S associated with this random experiment, that is tossing two coins simultaneously, is this. Head, tail, head and tail. So there are four, you see, there are four what? Outcomes, total number of outcomes. Now if I ask you getting exactly one head, you see. Now if I ask you the event, getting exactly one head, in this particular trial or random experiment, getting exactly one head, you see. Getting exactly one head, you see. These are elementary events. Head, tail. These are elementary events. But when they are combined, it becomes what? Your compound event. Now see, in this particular trial or random experiment, if I ask you the event getting exactly one head, who will come in this? In this event, who will come? Head, tail, you see, getting exactly one head, tail and tail, head, see. These are the elementary events. That is head, tail and tail, head are coming. When we talk about getting exactly one head, the two elementary events which will appear or come, what are they? They are head, tail, because in these two you see exactly one head, tail, head, exactly one head. So getting exactly one head will be a compound event. It cannot be an elementary event. Why? Because it is obtained by combining these two elementary events. So, when two or more elementary events of a random experiment or trial are combined, then only we get a what? Your compound event. Okay, so this is the concept of compound event. Then I discussed what is the definition of probability, how to define probability of an event. It is the ratio of what? Number of favorable outcomes to the total number of outcomes. What is favorable outcomes? I said favorable outcome means it is the number of outcomes that make the event. Okay, number of favorable outcomes or favorable elementary events means how many elementary events or outcomes make that particular event whose probability we want to find. Okay, and I also gave you example, probability of getting head, probability of getting tail. Then I discussed, we proved that the probability of every elementary event of a trial, each elementary event of a trial or random experiment is always less than 1 and greater than 0. But I also said, this is a new thing which we came to know, that the probability of an event is not only less than 1 and greater than 0, but it is also equal to 1. It may be equal to 1 and equal to 0. Then what is the case? What will happen if the probability of an event is equal to 1 and equal to 0? We shall discuss in the next class. We will also discuss equally likely outcomes. There are so many things to be discussed in this chapter. Okay. So children, I hope whatever I discussed till late, you must have understood. If at all it is true, please hit the like button and subscribe my channel. Okay. Thank you.